Welcome to the last mini lesson number 10. We're going to talk about U substitution specifically with X replacement. So if we haven't done U substitution yet, or section 5-6, you're not going to understand this. So make sure you get through 5-6 and understand basic U substitution before you try to watch this video. Quick review, U substitution is like chain rule for integration. So when there's an outside and there's an inside, whatever is inside is the U. The du must also be inside the integral to unlock the problem. Is the du not in the problem? If so, can we make the integral have du? In other words, can we multiply by a number on the inside and then balance outside? Remember, you cannot add or remove a variable. If you have an extra x, which we're going to today, we're going to use X replacement. So let's do this problem. The question is it basic U substitution or is it X replacement? Well, what's inside of something? 6x squared plus 5 is your u, which means your du is 12x. I need a 12x in this problem. I only have an x. Can I make it a 12x? Sure. I can put a 12 right there and a 1/12 right there. So that means that I have 1/12, the integral. This is all u to the 1/2. And this becomes du. It's a simple U substitution problem. Let's integrate by hand. That's u to the, if you add 1, you get 3/2. Flip it and put it in front. Don't forget your plus c. Don't ever leave your answer looking like that. Put your u back in there. So that's 2/36 or 1/18. U was 6x squared plus 5. Now it's to the 3/2 plus c. That is a pretty straightforward U substitution problem. What's inside? What's du? Can I make du? Balance your problem. Let's contrast that with this problem. What's inside? Well, x minus 3 is inside. Then what's du? Just plain 1. But I have an x here. I can't get rid of the x. That's why we need to do something called X replacement. If u is x minus 3, what's x equal? U plus 3. Now let's go through and rewrite my problem. X is u plus 3. This is u inside a square root or inside a 1/2 power. There's an imaginary 1 here, which becomes du. Or, to make the problem better, let's distribute in. When you distribute, what do you do to exponents? You add them. That's 3/2 plus 3u to the 1/2 du. Now we can integrate. Follow your integration rules. Add 1, flip and put in front. Add 1, flip and put in front. 2/3 times 3 is 2. As always, don't ever leave the problem like that. Replace it. 2/5 x minus 3 to the 5/2 plus 2 x minus 3 to 3/2 plus c. X replacement problem. Because I had an extra x in the problem that I couldn't get rid of. How about this one? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I see this 3 here, and I really hate that 3 being there. I'm going to move it out front. I can move any constant outside the integral. Now let's see if I can figure out if this is a U substitution or an X replacement problem. So u is x squared minus 5. du is 2x. Okay? That becomes u to the 4th. I need a 2x. I only have an x. I'm going to put a 2 right there. If I balance it, I need a 1/2 in front. But I already had a 3, so it's 3/2. So this becomes 3/2. This becomes du. And that becomes u to the 4th. This is a pretty easy U substitution problem. This is 3/2. Let me do it in green. 1/5 u to the 5th plus c. Please don't ever leave your answer like that. That is 3/10. U is x squared minus 5 to the 5th plus c. Pretty straight u substitution problem. It helps if you take that 3 out in the first step. If not, you're going to have to multiply by a fraction, and that's never fun. Let's contrast that with this problem. Again, I see a 3 right there. I want to get it out. Let's do this first. Let's move the 3 on the outside. That leaves an x minus 5 to the 4th dx. I have this question every year, and it kind of makes me sad, but I'm going to answer it. Mr. Ratliff, can I just distribute the x in? No. There's a power there. You can't distribute it in. You can multiply this thing out 4 times if you want, but that takes too long. So u is equal to x minus 5, which makes du 1. I have a 1. It's right there. You can't see it, but it's a 1. I have an extra x. I need to replace that x with something. So x is equal to u plus 5. This is an x replacement problem. So this problem is going to be 3 times the integral. X is u plus 5. This is u to the 4th du. Now I can distribute in. That's u to the 5th plus 5u to the 4th du. Now let's integrate. 1/6 u to the 6th plus, that becomes 5 and 1/5, cancel themselves out, plus c. Multiply everything by 3 and replace your u's. You're going to get 1/2 x minus 5 to the 6th plus 3 x minus 5 to the 5th plus c. U substitution and x replacement aren't too bad. The only reason that I included them is because it's towards the end of the year. This is about the time that everybody gets their acceptance letters to college and people kind of shut down. Don't. This stuff is tricky, but you can do it. Stay focused, stay on top of it, you're almost done. Thanks, guys.